Greetings, friends. It's Denise again with Denise's Dancing Paintbrush, and today I have a collage. Some friends of mine suggested I do another FairyTale Alphabet book, and so I have started. This one is A for Almondseed, a Greek fairy tale. And the story goes, a very poor boy named Almondseed was walking through a market one day. He happened to walk past the weaver's booth and saw a black hen tied there. And as he walked along, he heard a woman calling for her lost black hen. Well, Almondseed was very hungry, and although he thought if he pretended to be a seer, a prophet, and told the woman where her hen could be found, she may be grateful enough to feed him. And so he told her he could see things far and near and pretended to be reading an invisible book. He looked into the book and told her her hen could be found tied to the weaver's booth. The grateful woman found her hen and gave him 2 meat pies. Well, this worked out so well. After this, he was often paid to pretend to see the future and tell people where missing things could be found. One day, servants of the king heard about the boy's unusual skill and came to him and asked if the queen was to have a boy or a girl child. Almondseed opened his invisible book and muttered, "Boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl," until finally the king's servants got so tired of it they left. And later, the queen had twins, a boy and a girl. The servants were astounded and told the king what the young seer had said, and so the king sent for him. You see, earlier the king's treasure box had been stolen, and he wanted the seer to tell him where the box may be found. The king put Almondseed in a room by himself and made it all up special for him and fed him. Almondseed told the king it may take several days to see the treasure, and so the king left him there. And Almondseed said, "This is the first," meaning it was the first night. However, one of the 3 thieves had been listening at the door and thought Almondseed could see him through the door. Startled, the thief ran back to his fellow thieves and told them what he had heard. The second night, the second thief listened at the door of Almondseed and heard him say, "The second has come." Well, Almondseed meant it was the second night, but the thief was sure that he meant him and ran back to the others. The third thief was now absolutely certain the seer had found them out and was convinced that they were in a lot of trouble, so he convinced the others to go to Almondseed and confess and beg for mercy. They showed Almondseed where the treasure was hidden, and he then presented it to the king. The king was happy, of course, to have his treasure back, but was still not too sure Almondseed was a real seer, and so he asked him to take a walk with him in the garden, and as they walked, the king reached up and picked an almond from a tree without letting the seer see him. He then asked what he had in his hand, and instead of answering, Almondseed opened his invisible book and said, "I am Almondseed." The king was amazed and thought he answered correctly, and so the king rewarded him with bags of gold. The poor orphan Almondseed was never in want again. Isn't that a nice story? Of course, with this collage, I simply had to have a couple of almond branches leaning into the page. And so here I'm doing a collage of these branches with almonds hanging down. They're all torn, so they have rough edges, the leaves and the branches, but the almonds are cut. And here's the final product, how it will look in the book. I hope you enjoyed my little story and my collage. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. It was a really clever story, too. I hope you like these collages. If you subscribe and like the video, I can make more. Thank you so much for coming. Do come again. Bye now.